Now, what do I mean by operating system? I've used that word multiple times. I'm looking at a computer screen right now. All of our computers, our phones, and everything, they have an operating system, whether it's the Mac OS or whether it is your PC operating system. And it is the operating system that functions so that we can use all of our tools. Right now, it's PowerPoint and Zoom. All of our different tools can only work if there's an operating system. We have more tools than I can count in quality improvement. What we don't have often is a well-defined operating system that allows those tools to be used effectively. So in our standard QI approach, we often collect whatever data is available: mortality, ODE, readmission rates, patient satisfaction, our PSIs, whatever you happen to be working on, inpatient, outpatient, nursing homes, etc. We build our analysis from what we have, we present it to our leadership, and then at least in the years when I was first starting this work, I would present what I found to leadership only to get sent back to get something different, only to get sent back because I had data but no stories, or I had only stories and anecdotes but not enough data, because I didn't actually know what the leadership wanted. I just gave them what I thought they wanted. And as a result, I ended up going in front of a single committee multiple times before I got to move on to the next one to get the next set of approvals. And if I hadn't picked up on the pattern, I might give them the right or the wrong data. It wouldn't be wrong in terms of it wasn't measuring what I said it was measuring, but it would be wrong because it wasn't what they wanted. And the only reason we can figure out what somebody wants is to actually ask them. So, a large part of the quality improvement operating system approach is to make sure we're getting what they need. And by they, those are the people who are either going to give us the resources or the individuals who are actually going to change their behaviors so that we can get our project done. Because if the frontline or whoever needs to change doesn't actually alter their behaviors, our metrics don't change. And then we get to start this loop of stagnation all over again. So the first things that we do in the operating system is actually figure out who must be persuaded and then go to them, oftentimes individually, so you can get the most open conversation. What is it that they need to see? And in what format will they trust what they're seeing? It may be a verbal presentation. It may be a one-to-one meeting. It could be a newsletter. It could be a PowerPoint. It could be a presentation in front of a committee. It might need to be live and not in, or in person and not actually over a Zoom or a Teams meeting. And then we have to collect exactly what they want. And I can tell you when you go to the front lines. So for instance, when I was working on a project for fixing the discharge summary, when we actually asked the patients what they wanted on the discharge summary, when we actually asked the referring physicians what they wanted on the discharge summary, when we actually asked the front lines what they were capable of getting into a discharge summary, we ended up with three very different sets of requirements, and we had to figure out how to integrate those. So that was actually the first part of our project, right? We had to present the information to them that they wanted, repeat it back to them, and then get a decision. So if you want your cycle time on your quality improvement projects to shrink, you'll actually do the upfront work, which can be really painful, but you actually do the upfront work to get them what they want, when they want it, in the format that they want it, so that when you present it to them, they're hearing what they wanted to hear in the first place,